Many sustainability managers are hesitant about using AI because of the resources that AI uses for itself. It's true, we hear a lot of news about AI is using more energy than some countries, or AI is using up 1 lake of water per day. There is resources needed for use of AI. But then I am using AI for my work. And I do this because I know that I can do much more if I use AI than not using it. So it's a bit more about the handprint instead of the footprint of AI. Handprint means all the good things I can do using a technology, and the footprint is the footprint that this technology has. For me, it's very important of how to use AI. I want to maximize the impact with minimizing the resources used for it. And therefore, I have made my own concept of how I use AI and how I minimize using resources while doing so. And I call it the Lean AI principles. For me, the most important phase of using AI is even before using AI. And it's as simple as thinking first. Before I use AI just randomly and ask it some questions, use it as a chatbot, I first make my concept of what do I want to do and why do I want to do it and how will it help me and what will help me. But let's dive deeper into that in detail now. Let me show you how I divide into the different use cases that I use AI for. So the first use case is everything which uses up a lot of time. These can be tasks that are reoccurring, that I have to do every week, every month, and which will hinder me from doing other things, and which often are quite stupid to do, quite tedious and time-consuming. For example, that can be to sorting data into the right format or analyzing data in different ways, things that take up a lot of time that I have to do over and over again, and that honestly I don't like to do very much. Then the next use case for AI for me is the bigger problems. So the big challenges that I have. May it be a new standard that I need to implement, a new framework that I need to work within, and things like that. So where I really need a sparring partner to go back and forth and to discuss things with. And then I've got another third use case for AI, and that is everything where I had to spend a lot of money, because as usual, sustainability budgets are quite small. So everywhere where I can use AI to save some money, I'm happy to use it. But then how exactly do I use AI? First, as I said, I make a concept. I analyze the problem that I have. What is it, what I want to do? How could I do it? Which tools can I use? I mean, there is different AI tools that I can use, but there's also other methods. For example, for energy monitoring, it might not even be necessary to use or to involve AI. You can go with simple automation. So it's always good to sit down first, to make a concept first, and to then optimize that using an AI, using automation where necessary, and also not using AI where possible. It's also always good to know about the limitations of AI, because we all know AI is based on probability and it's not certainty. So we have hallucinations, we have false reports, we have all of this. And so for me, it's basically the most important thing to get the concept right. So use automation together with AI tools that give me back probabilities, but also using calculation tools like a simple calculator, which will not give me back probabilities, but certainty. And this is how I combine the different tools together. I'm very seldom using AI as a simple chatbot. I'm more into building a content chatbot that is basing their knowledge onto a specific set of data and some context around the problem that I have, and then use it to do recurring tasks or also to challenge my understanding of frameworks, of standards, and so on. In order to save resources while using AI, I usually keep it very simple. So when I build a tool to help me with a specific task, I usually tell it to leave out any filler words, to basically I concentrate on the most important output. I want to have simple tables, maybe a Word document, but simple structure and everything organized in a way that I can use directly, so I don't have to use as many resources while doing so. Also, I always start new chats. If I want to use data from a previous chat, I summarize it and feed it into the new chat to get the context in, but not all the drag of the information, because that uses up more resources. What I also do is to avoid generating images that I don't really need, or videos, because that is using much more resources than simple text. For me, the guiding questions of using AI or not using it is, will it save me time? Will it save resources in the end? So is the handprint of what I do bigger than the footprint of the AI resources used? And then also, am I learning something? Because sometimes it's also very good to try out new things and to test whether it might be easier to use AI helping me with specific tasks. If you're interested in a specific use case that I did with AI, I can guide you through that. Just leave me a comment and I will get back with a video on that.